Welcome to an Ender Lilies video. This is going to be the True Ending or Ending C play slash, I guess, how-to guide. Ender Lilies is a Metroidvania that we played quite a bit of it on stream, and I did manage to finish it off stream. So this video is showing my winning run at it, and I'll also offer some advice, and I'll fast forward and speed things up as necessary. To get the true ending, you do need to find 7 hidden stone fragments and wear a relic that you get from them. And you get that relic from an area west of the original starting point of the game. If you don't wear that, then you only fight this one phase, or this one part of this fight. But this is a pain of a battle. The big danger is that she keeps summoning these annoying fish, and they do massive amounts of damage. Keep in mind that my health has been boosted by finding a lot of the HP upgrades, but I did not get all of them. Now, on my route to getting all the stone fragments, I also got the starting spirit, a full upgrade of all his ancient souls, and that's been my main. But this is actually not my winning run. I'm going to die in probably the next 20 seconds, but this gives me a chance to talk about kind of the overall strategy and what you need to do to kind of prepare best for it. So the fish that she summons are the most dangerous part of this fight. They are infinitely spawning. She does it randomly, and just one of those hits will do massive damage to you. Now, the build that I have right now, I will be swapping things out as soon as I get done dying in the next second or so. But going into this fight, you want to bring in anti-air spirits. I have the tornado, or the death tornado ability, that's on my Y button loadout down there, and that is a really great one for this. And you can see she just casually swiped me for that death there. But now I'm going to swap into the relics that I wanted to use, or the best ones for the job. And what you want going into this first is, well, there's the relic right there in the upper right that you need for the true ending. So I swapped in all the additional kind of prayer or your Estus ability. So that gives me, I think, a total of 6. I also took out my ability, or the relic that lets you stun enemies quicker, because it's not necessary here. The big ones that help me out a lot for this fight are the ones that boost the amount of SP I gain on attacks, as well as give me an extra meter. And the reason why that is important is you're going to see that in the next few seconds. But I'm going to cut the footage or fast forward a little bit, and we'll start the fight proper now. So as you can see, I'm getting a lot more SP. That's my meter in the bottom left. And what you want to do to make this fight as easy as possible is you want to be as aggressive as you can on those fish. Her main attacks for this first phase are going to be slamming her kind of back blades into the ground. You want to do that as much as possible, because as long as you're in the middle of the screen, she can't really hit you with it. Like I said, she's going to summon these fish almost infinitely as time goes on, so you want to kill them as quickly as possible. Now, you can use the archer to get massive damage if you can pull it off close to those fish. But what my strategy is I keep building up meter. And anytime she spawns the fish, I want to aim my last right, or my ultimate attack, just as the fish is finishing spawning, so that I can get it in that blast. If you do it right, you can almost one-shot the fish. Now, very important, her attacks do a lot of damage, and you want to have almost full health whenever possible, because it is very easy to get one shot if you're not careful. Now, she's been staggered again. Now, in the second phase of this fight, she's going to use one of her more damaging attacks, and that's when she's going to slam her hand down on either the left or right hand, which in turn will then create kind of an aftershock that you have to jump. If that attack hits you, even with my health right now, it will probably take out half the total health bar. This game is not friendly when it comes to defense, as you can see. But one of the things that can help out a lot is just really laying on damage. And that's why I've been just constantly using my last rites. And if there's more than one fish, I try to get them in the death tornado. Now there's the aftershock. Now, she's going to go into her third and final phase for this part of the fight. And the thing that gets introduced is kind of like a charge AoE bomb that she'll launch in the middle of the screen. I don't know if this attack is a one-hit kill or not. I did get killed by it at one point, but I honestly don't know if that's just because it did more damage to my health, or if it's an instant kill. Now, as you can see, I am still just trying to avoid whenever possible. And again, once she has like 2 fish on the field, she is going to wreck you. And as you saw, I got a very unlucky hit there that knocked me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward the footage up until the start of part 3, and then we'll continue back our little discussion here. Alright, and we're back. So as you watch that fast forward, notice how it was far more aggressive fighting the fish this time, and trying to get those perfect hits for my last rites. Again, if she ever spawns more than 2 on the field, or there's 2 on there, I want to be as aggressive as I can to kill them. Now, if you saw right as I was talking, she did that kind of AoE blast in the middle. That's the one that you want to avoid whenever possible, because it will do massive amounts of damage. On the positive side, it does give you a few moments to deal with any lingering death fish that are on the field. But as you can see, we're just still going after those fish whenever possible, and saving my last rites for right in the middle so I can do both at the same time. Now, when you are using a last rite, it does give you iframes, so I've been also making use of that to protect myself from some of these attacks. So, in about maybe another 20 seconds, maybe even less than that, she is going to go down. And again, if you're playing this without getting the relic and all 7 fragments, then the boss fight ends right here. GG, you get the B ending, which is also the somewhat depressing ending as well. And because the fish dies with the boss, I didn't bother going after it. So, what's going to happen now is we're going to enter the final phase, and this is what you need to do to get to the true ending. And also, as a bit of a bad news, if you die during this final phase, you will have to repeat the entire fight all over again. And I would suggest that if you want to make things a little bit easier, you should probably do even more exploration than I did. Get as much health as you can, get all the relics that you want equipped. I think I had a total of 16 or 17 slots, and you're going to need them, and probably even more than that, especially if you're not good at dodging. Fortunately, I played a lot of Metroidvania, so this was kind of second nature to me. But she kicks off her final phase with a Tuhu bullet hell attack. The attack tracks you, so it's going to be kind of passively moving from one side of the screen to the next to best avoid that. And I got the hell out of that middle there because I didn't want her to possibly kill me. In terms of this phase, her fish as well as herself has less health, so it's a little bit easier to deal with them. That attack right there, I don't know if that's a one-shot or not. I never got hit by it, so I can't tell you for sure. But for this part, you want to be as aggressive as possible, because the quicker you can knock her health down, the less chance you can use some of her more spammy abilities, especially the bullet hell blast attack. So you can see that I'm just constantly laying in with what remaining spirits that I have, while still preserving my last rites for when I need it for the fish. And other than that, this is one of those fights that once you kind of have the right build in mind, it really just comes down to execution. I wish I could do a little bit more damage against those fish, and that's where leveling up would help. And as you can see right there, I kind of did a desperation last right to avoid that grab, because I did not want to die. But the fight is actually over, GG. Once her health gets to this point, she basically resigns to her fate that we're going to purify her, and she will not fight back, and she seems to be crying tears of fire there. I actually don't know if she does like try and attack you again. I was not waiting to find out, but the fight is over. That is that. So I'm going to let the ending play out. I kind of fast forward through some of the text a little bit because I didn't know if I could or not. I'm going to stop talking here, and for kind of the end credits, I'll come back, but enjoy the rest of the ending. Alright everybody, that is that. So hope you enjoyed the video and my guide may help you out. And like I said, I did get ending B after this part, and I actually did that whole first phase hitless. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, check out our Discord and Patreon link down below. Come back for daily discussions on game design here and on game wisdom, where in the art and science of games. Until next time, take care.